Good day everyone, this is Sharon and today I'm going to show you how to make this very beautiful table runner. You can let it stay flat on the surface if you're going to use a bigger hook. In this project I have used a 3.5mm crochet hook and a medium weight yarn, but if you want this one to stay on flat on the table, you can use a bigger hook, probably from 4mm to maybe 6mm hook. For round 1, you're going to make a slip knot, and then we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then slip stitch to form a ring. We're going to start by chaining 3, and then we're going to work 15 double crochets in the ring. So the total number of double crochets around is 16. Once you have 15 double crochets plus the chain 3, you now have 16 double crochets, and then you're gonna work a slip stitch on top of the third beginning chain. So we're now ready for round 2. To start round 2, you're going to chain 3 as your starting chain, 1 double crochet in the same stitch, and 2 double crochets in every stitch around. So to end the round, you're going to slip stitch on top of the third beginning chain, and after that we're ready for round 3. So for round 3, we are going to work an increase again. So we're going to start by chaining 3, which counts as 1 double crochet. In the same stitch, we're going to work our second double crochet. Now in the next stitch, we're just going to work 1 double crochet. So we're going to repeat this pattern, 2 double crochets in the next, and then in the next stitch 1 double crochet. So we're going to repeat this around and then slip stitch on top of the third beginning chain. So this is round 3. Now we're ready for round 4. Round 4 is we're going to chain 1 single crochet in the same stitch. We're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then skip 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th stitch we're gonna work 1 single crochet. So we're going to repeat that, chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, skip 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th stitch work a single crochet. So we're going to repeat this around until we get back here. To finish round 4, you're going to slip stitch on top of the first single crochet that you have made, and then we're going to work a slip stitch into this chain space, until we get to the center. So once you get to the center, you're going to work a chain and then 1 single crochet in the same stitch. Now we're going to chain 1 and into the next chain 6 space we're going to work a double crochet 3 times, and then chain 2 and then 3 double crochets, all in the same chain 6 space. 2, 3. And then we're going to chain a 1 and then single crochet in the next, chain 1 again, and we're going to repeat the pattern. So in here we're gonna work 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 2 again, and then 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to chain 1 single crochet in the next chain space and chain 1. So that's the repeat pattern. On every second chain space you're gonna work a 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets in the same space, and then in the next chain space you're going to alternate that with chain 1 single crochet and then chain 1, and then do the cluster of double crochets in here. So every second chain space you're gonna work this cluster of double crochets, and then in every second chain space you're gonna work chain 1 single crochet and then chain 1. So just repeat this around and then slip stitch on top of the first single crochet made. Once you get back around, do not forget to chain 1 for the last time, and then in the first single crochet that we've made in this round you're going to just work a slip stitch. So round 5 is done. For round 6 we're going to start by working our very first double crochet, and then this is chain 3 and then chain 1 for the chain space, and then into the first double crochet in there we're gonna work 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 double crochets, and then afterwards into the chain 2 space we're going to work a cluster, and we're gonna work 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets in here. And then into the next remaining double crochets work 1 on each. So 1, 2, 3. So this is going to be the repeat pattern, and then do not forget to chain 1 for the chain space, and on top of every single crochet work a double crochet. and then in between double crochet, chain 1, and then repeat what we have started in here. Once you get back around, do not forget to chain 1 first, and on the first double crochet, which is chain 3, do not forget to work your slip stitch. So we're now ready for round 7. Round 7 is you're going to start chaining 3 and then work a double crochet into each of the next 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then for every chain 2 space, you're gonna work a cluster of 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets. And then in the next 5 remaining double crochets, you're gonna work 1 on each. So after that, work a double crochet on top of the double crochet, and then continue working the same pattern in the next cluster of double crochets. To end the round, work a slip stitch on top of the beginning 3rd chain, and we're done with round 7. Round 8 is we're going to chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, and then in the next stitch, in each of the next double crochets, we're gonna work 1 double crochet on each. Then in here, I'm going to work 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. And then in the next remaining 8 or 7 double crochets, work 1 on each. So once you get to the last stitch, and work 1 double crochet on top of the double crochet. So this is the repeat pattern, and you're going to repeat this many times until you get back around. And round 8, you're going to slip stitch on top of the 3rd beginning chain as always, and then we're ready for round 9. Round 9 will be different, so we're going to chain 3, and then chain 4 for the chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 double crochet in the same stitch. And then we're going to chain 1. We're going to skip 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and on the third, starting from the third stitch, we're going to keep on working 1 double crochet in each stitch. After that, when you get to the chain 2 space, we're going to repeat what we have been repeating in every chain 2 space. We're gonna work 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets, and then we're going to work 1 double crochet in each of the next double crochets. Okay. It can be a little bit confusing, but remember to check the number of individual double crochets in there after skipping 2, and whatever you have number of the double crochets you have in here, it also must be the same number of double crochets you have on the other side. So in here, after the cluster, we have 3, 6, 7 individual double crochets. So that means we're going to skip the 2 double crochet. After that, we are going to chain 1, just like what we did here. So we're like doing it in reverse, and then after skipping 2 double crochets in here, which is the center double crochet of the previous round, we're going to repeat working 1 double crochet, chain 4, and then 1 double crochet in the same stitch, and then do not forget to chain 1 in between, and then you're going to skip 2 double crochets and work 1 double crochet in each of the next 7 double crochets. So that's the repeat pattern. You're just simply going to repeat that in all this chain 2 spaces until you get back around. To end the round, you're going to work a slip stitch on top of the third beginning chain. 1, 2, 3, and then we're done. Round 10 is we're going to start into the chain space, chain 4 space, and then work our first 1 double crochet, and then we're gonna do 11 more double crochets so that we will have 12 double crochets in total. Once you have 12 double crochets into the chain 4 space, you're going to chain 1 and then skip 4 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th stitch, we're going to work 1 double crochet in each of the remaining, okay, in each of the remaining double crochets in there. So we have 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 remaining double crochets. Now we're not gonna work a cluster just like before on round 9, so we're going to just simply work chain 4, 2, 3, 4, and then in the next double crochet we're gonna work 5 double crochets. So 1 on each of the next 5 double crochets. We have 2 now, 3, 4, and 5. So just like what we did here, we have skipped the 4 double crochets in here, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna mirror what we have done here, so we're going to chain 1 as well, and then skip the 4 double crochets in there, and then in the chain 4 space we're gonna work 12 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3. Once you have 12 double crochets in there, you're going to repeat by chaining 1, skipping 4 double crochets, and in the next 5 double crochets, 1 double crochet in each. We're just going to repeat this pattern until we get back around. When you get back around, do not forget to chain 1 first before you slip stitch on top of the 3rd beginning chain, which is the first double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and we're done. So for round 11, we're gonna start by chaining 3, which counts as 1 double crochet, and then into the same stitch we're gonna work another double crochet. So we now have 2. Now we are going to chain 1, and into the next 10, into the next 10 double crochets we're going to work 1 double crochet plus chain 1 in each. So make sure you have chain 1 after working the first 2 double crochet in the same stitch, chain 1, and then 1 double crochet in the next, chain 1, 1 double crochet in the next, and then chain 1 until you get to the second to the last stitch. To get back to the very last stitch in there, the 12th double crochet, you're going to work a 2 double crochet on top. So we have made a fan stitch, and now we're going to chain 2 and then skip 3 double crochets, and on the first, and on the 4th and 5th double crochet, 1 on each, and then 4 double crochets into the chain 4 space. So we now have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 1 double crochet in each of the next 2, chain 2, just like what we did here. We're going to skip 4, and then into the first of the double crochet of the 12, one of the 12 double crochets, we're going to work 2 double crochets on the first. So the first and last gets 2 double crochet, and then in between You chain 1 first, and then in the next double crochet you're going to work 1 double crochet, chain 1 until you get to the second to the last double crochet. So when you get back around, do not forget to chain 2, and then slip stitch on top of the first double crochet, which is the chain 3, and then 12. We're going to chain 3 as our first double crochet, and then in the same stitch we work 1 double crochet. So it's pretty much the same as what we did in the previous round. After working 2 double crochets in the first stitch, we're going to chain 1, and then in the next stitch work 1 double crochet and then chain 1 in every stitch. So in every double crochet, on top of each double crochet, skipping the chain 1, we're gonna work a double crochet, chain 1, and then skip the chain 1, and on top of each double crochet we work a double crochet and chain 1. So that's a repeat, and we do that until we get back to the last double crochet, in which we're gonna work our 2 double crochets. So the last stitch there, the last double crochet there, we're gonna work 2 double crochets. So that's going to be the repeat pattern for every fan stitch. So we're making it bigger this time, and then after that we're going to chain 4, and then we're gonna skip 3 double crochets in there, and then work 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 double crochets, and then chain 4, and then we're going to repeat what we did in here. So on the first 2 double crochets in there, on the first double crochet we work an increase, and then chain 1, and then on top of each double crochet we work 1 double crochet and chain 1. So that's the repeat pattern for this round, round 11. You're going to repeat that until you get back around. Once you get back around, do not forget to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then slip stitch on top of the first double crochet, which is the 3rd beginning chain. So that's the end of round 12. This is how it's looking like so far. You can iron it to flatten it out. So next round, round 13. Round 13, we're gonna start by working chain 3, and then after that we're going to chain 1, which is the chain space, and then into the same stitch as the first double crochet we're going to work a double crochet, then chain 1, and then in each of the next double crochet we're going to work double crochet and a chain 1. So on top of each double crochet we're going to work a double crochet plus chain 1. until we get to the other end. So this is what it looks like, and do not forget the first and the last double crochet gets a 2 double crochets, and in between them 1 chain 1. Okay, so this is a pattern for round 13, and then you're going to chain 3, and then in between the 2 double crochets in there, work a single crochet. That should be in the middle of the 2 double crochets, and then chain 3 again, and then we're gonna start working 1 double crochet in the first double crochet, chain 1, and then in the same stitch as where your first double crochet is, work your second double crochet. So that's what you're gonna do for the first and last double crochet for the fan stitch, and then in between do not forget to work chain 1, and on top of each double crochet you work a double crochet plus chain 1. And then after the fan stitch you're gonna work another chain 3, and then 1 single crochet in the middle, and then chain 3 again. So repeat until you get back around. Okay. So once you get back around, chain chain 3 for the last time, and then work a slip stitch on top of the first double crochet. So round 13 is done. We're going to work one more round. 14. We're going to work the edging of this table runner. So we're gonna start with chain 3. This counts as 1 double crochet, and then chain 1 for the chain 1 space, and then we're going to make a picot. So we need to chain 3 more, and then into the so we chain 3 already, and then into the third chain we're gonna work our first picot, and then we're gonna work the double crochet in the next stitch. So we made our first picot here, and then we're going to chain 1 for the chain 1 space, and then chain 3 for the picot, and then on the 4th chain work a picot, and then work another double crochet on top of the next double crochet, and then chain 1 for the chain 1 space, chain 3, and then slip stitch on the 3rd chain from hook, and then work a double crochet into the next. So we're going to repeat that until we get to the last double crochet of this fan stitch. This is what it looks like after working the fan stitch. So you work your last picot before working with the last double crochet in there, and after that you're done. You're just going to repeat that, and next is work a single crochet on top of the single crochet there, and then repeat what you have done in here. Slip stitch on top of the third beginning chain, and then fast enough, you're done. And that's how you can make this table runner. It doesn't lay flat on the table, which is actually good because of like the curves that is showing. And maybe because I have used a smaller hook for this project, but if you want to lay it flat on the table, you can use a bigger hook, probably around 4 to 5 millimeter crochet hook. So once again, thanks a lot for watching the video, and do not forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. Goodbye.